Hello and welcome to Rock Paper Shotgun. This is Matthew speaking, and you are currently looking at Gears Tactics. It's a turn-based tactics game set in the Gears of War universe 10 years before Gears of War 1. Now, I think turn-based tactics games are perfect for this age of social distancing, as they drop you in chaotic worlds and ask you to calmly take control of the situation. Okay, so you're trying to work out how to flank a monster instead of picking up toilet rolls while avoiding a coughing customer, but the focus on careful positioning is good training for your next supermarket trip. Hilariously, our hands-on demo of Gears Tactics became hands-off due to the virus, and this was streamed to us from the Coalition. And what really jumped out at me, apart from the legions of locusts from their emergence holes, was how much of the classic Gears of War experience has been captured. There are shotguns that turn drones into meaty chunks. There are executions that definitely break the Geneva Convention. You'll grab boomshots to splat enemies with. And you have chainsaws to dice the same enemies into more manageable portions. Plus, everyone sounds like they need a throat sweep.
The gory type. I like it.
And when you finish fights, you get this noise.
Need a lift?
To say that it's all okay to relax. It is Gears of War as hell. But as our hero's roadie ran through the demo, I began to see that while it has the macho surface layer of Gears of War, it does have a healthy strategy brain underneath it, one that will speak to fans of modern Xcom and the like, and it also mixes the DNA of action and strategy in some really fun ways, from giant boss fights to a general quicker speed of battle. So I'm going to dig in and explain how it will appeal to fans of Gears of War and Xcom. Just from the basics, you can tell this is slightly different from XCOM's industry standards. There's no movement grid for one, you are free to go anywhere and find whatever useful shooting angle you can, but characters also slide slightly into cover if you go near it, so you can use that to extend your movement and with it the reach of some abilities. They call this cover slipping, and it might just earn you the extra millimeters to get a drone in range of your chainsaw. It's not in this capture, but you can also place precise waypoints should you want to create a movement path around proximity mines or Overwatch cones. Very handy. Characters also get 3 action points a turn to spend how they see fit. This might be 3 units of movement, or 3 rounds of fire, or a mix of the two. It's particularly good to be able to shoot and then hide back in cover. I never really understood why shooting disabled my soldiers' legs in XCOM. More importantly, it lets you achieve a lot more in the turn and dip into that substantial ability bar, which is a key factor in the game's speed and sense of aggression. As you'll see throughout these clips, it also allows designers to throw a lot more back at you.
Last round.
It's an e-hole!
The 3 action points also give a makeover to Overwatch, which is the power to hold your current position and shoot at enemies that move in their turn. Activate it with 3 action points remaining and you'll get 3 bursts of Overwatch fire, which is great for mulching flesh as it crawls from an emergence hole. You also set the range and direction of Overwatch, with accuracy increasing the closer enemies get. This allows you to lay really precise ambushes in a clear and easy to understand way.
Wrong move, shit stain.
You can see enemy Overwatch cones too, which tell you if your squad will take damage if they move or shoot. Handily, there's a big focus on disrupting Overwatch. Everyone has a snub pistol, which comes with a disabling shot ability that interrupts a would-be attacker. Frag grenades also break concentration, and some classes can disrupt. A Vanguard, like Sid here, can unlock Intimidate, which basically shouts so loud it knocks back potential ambushers.
I'm in a bad mood here.
No wonder he sounds like he's been eating sandpaper. This Overwatch manoeuvring feels a bit like a puzzle to me, almost tapping into the same bit of the brain as Into the Breach. A great way of creating lots of cohesion between your squad too, which is a nice echo of playing Gears in co-op.
Throwing frag! Your history!
A small side note to this, Gears Tactics does a great job throughout of making the battlefield really easy to read, which in turn makes your decision making that much more satisfying. Instead of vague fog of war, you have this giant sphere of vision that stretches as troops spread out. You are given really clear sight lines that show which enemies can and can't be hit from any point you might move to, something we saw in last year's Phoenix Point, but it was a bit buggy there, so I hope it works better here. You've also got control over how detailed the statistical breakdown is. Turning on your TACCOM explains what is impacting every shot and lists enemy statuses, or you can turn this off and just use the basic readout. I know Xcom offers the same level of detail, but I really like how clean and simple it is here. Even though Gears Tactics has the polite turn-taking of a strategy game, it really does capture the aggressive drive of Gears of War's action. There's your basic emphasis on pushing from cover to cover, which is good sense in either genre. Likewise, the bonus you get for flanking lets you chew enemies up with ease, something both Gears and XCOM fans will understand. But Gears Tactics also introduces executions. When you down an enemy by draining their health, you can execute them. Not only does this look cathartic as hell, it earns an action point for your other heroes. Now, you already have 3 action points to play with. With 4, you can set up further executions or even more complicated strategies and really keep pushing forwards. I've never seen a tactics game with this kind of momentum. Earlier levels may encourage it with slightly more linear layouts that channel you through tight lanes filled with cover, but later stages find ways of adding that motivation too. There's a neat rescue mission type that sends you out with a smaller squad of 1 or 2 members to save trapped soldiers, who in turn join your squad and make you more formidable in that push to the next torture pod. Or there's that classic Gears thing of seizing an enemy position and then having to defend it, with a turn given to repositioning yourself before all hell breaks loose.
Here comes trouble. Grubs, 12 o'clock.
The violent churn is also fed by 5 classes, each defined by a signature weapon and 30 unique skills unlocked as they level up. Our lead hero, Gabe Diaz, is a support with the classic Lancer, letting him perform messy surgery on drones, but he can also give an extra action point to a teammate within power and serve as a healer with recovery patches and stim shots. The Vanguard class gets the Retro Lancer, which gives him a long bayonet charge. It can leave him stuck out in front, which is where that Overwatch disrupting Intimidate move comes in handy. My favourite class is the Heavy. Their unique skill is Anchored. They have this very messy minigun, but every shooting turn that they don't move, they gain 10% accuracy and 15% damage. This stacks 3 times and holds as long as you don't move. Finding a really good spot overlooking lots of enemies lets the Heavy just mince through. It really captures the glee of a Gears of War gun emplacement. At the other end of the scale is the Scout with a cloaking device, good for sneaking through Overwatch to cause mischief, and a Sniper who, well, snipes.
I got nothing.
There's loads of customization on top of this, but it's not in any of our video capture. Basically, each class has a skill tree that looks like this, and by the time you've reached the level cap of 10, you'll have been able to buy 18 of the skills, meaning there's a fair bit of freedom to specialise each class further. The support class, for example, can go into more of a healer role, focusing on the team or individuals, or can be more of a leader, giving extra action points, or speeding up skill cooldowns to grant more options. You will get respec tokens through the campaign if you want to tinker, or you can recruit randomly generated soldiers to develop, though these hires can suffer permadeath, where the story characters will fail a mission when they die. On that point, the main heroes, Gabe, Sid, etc., will be required to play big story missions, while hires are used more in the side missions, like this rescue. It's not shown in this capture, but there's also weapon mods and armour customization. These parts are earned on mission completion or can be gathered from equipment crates on the battlefield that pull you away from the main mission objectives. There are no microtransactions in Gears Tactics. It has to be earned in-game, which is nice. Mods and armour pieces change your stats and can add new abilities, reduce skill cooldown perhaps, or add a chance of knockback to a weapon hit. These bonuses obviously get juicier as lets you work from common pieces to legendary gear. On top of that, there's visual customization for every part, as opposed to the overall body skins we used to expect from Gears. Tyler Billman, who is the publishing design lead on the game, tells me that they wanted to use this as an opportunity to see if they could move the whole franchise forward with this stuff. I like the idea of the game being used as a testing ground for bigger franchise ideas, rather than being a contained genre experiment on the side. Again, I wish I could show you some of the garish creations you can make with customization, especially as they appear in the real-time cutscenes, which is pretty funny. All of this adds up to considerably powerful heroes. You'll definitely chew through enemies faster than any tactics game I've played. To counter this, Gears Tactics throws huge enemy numbers at you, whether it's Reavers raining wretches on the battlefield, or Emergence holes coughing up warriors until they're sealed with a frag grenade. I love how fast enemies take their turns. I'm told that the AI is designed to try and move almost simultaneously to give a sense of them collectively moving as a unit, and you really do sense this swarm of fiends coming at you, and their behaviours also mess with you. Wretches have an attack of opportunity if you get too close, for example, while the Grenadier will also do the same, unless you hit them first and put them in a berserk state. Good if you can kill them quickly afterwards, but don't leave these empowered soldiers standing for long. Or there's the new Disciple enemy. These gassy boys pop on death and drop a cloud that poisons our heroes and buffs other locusts, so it's another reason not to charge in with a chainsaw attack. The Coalition also bring Gears of War's traditional boss monsters into the game. The story of Gears Tactics revolves around a locust scientist named Ukon, who invented a lot of the Locust's more monstrous creations. It's a chance for fans to explore a bit of the lore they've not seen, and a good reason to fight a corpser. This big guy is basically untouchable while his legs are up. You can raise them with an explosive, or wait for him to prepare his own strike. The latter is a great opportunity to plant a heavy and use that anchored bonus to chew through the mother of all health bars, but you also have to watch out for the corpse's huge area of attack that will kill friend and foe alike. As if that wasn't enough, he also spits out proximity mines. Oh, and the more you hurt him, the more areas of attack he gains. By the last stretch of the fight, it's hard to find parts of the screen you can stand safely, and that's without factoring in the constant emergent holes flooding it with fresh goons. It looks truly hellish. Once you've killed every beast Ukon can throw at you, and presumably Ukon himself, you've got a few options. Gears Tactics has 4 difficulty settings and Iron Man mode, which means you can't restart or abort missions if you make mistakes and kill off your hired troops. But more interestingly, it has a veteran mode once you complete the campaign. Here the game will keep generating side missions for you, remixing level layouts and objectives, and adding mission modifiers that can influence the stats like accuracy, evasion, damage, or restrict or require certain classes. It's here that you can focus on leveling up your non-hero recruits and earning better equipment as you try and gather legendary sets. You'll also have a veteran level to show how you are progressing with this. If the general campaign lacks the wider global strategy of an Xcom or Phoenix Point, it's at least nice to know there's a reason to play beyond the end credits. I'll admit I was really pleasantly surprised by Gears Tactics. Its announcement last year didn't really register, but the game looks great fun. The team are keen to emphasise that this is a bit of a love letter to PC gamers. It will come to the Xbox One later, but it's a traditional PC genre, and it's clear they haven't simplified it for console. Think of Halo Wars, where they took a big PC genre and crushed it down to fit a controller. This definitely isn't that. This is a console action game grown into a proper tactics experience, and I love the mix of the two. On top of that, it looks really well featured on the technical side, said to scale down to lower powered machines with a generous selection of settings. Of course, we'll need to test this for ourselves when it releases on April the 28th. It'll be part of Xbox Game Pass too, so you can play for cheap. Having not played it myself, I can only say that with 1 month to go, it's looking pretty amazing. But then I thought that about March at the start of February, and look where we are now. I just had to eat both of my cats. So it goes. Thanks for watching this breakdown of Gears Tactics. If you have any questions, do pop them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. If you did enjoy this video, write something delightful in the comments and give it a thumbs up. Oh, and subscribe to Rock Paper Shotgun for more access to games like this. Check out our recent Resident Evil 3 review for more head-mulching fun, and we'll hopefully see you again soon. Stay safe, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Backfall! Now! What? You going batshit? Move!